Well, the ground is moving beneath us all, and we're waking up every day to a new reality. I mean, particularly with the jobs that are going on, and education, and higher education, and everything. There's a whole tectonic movement about changing the whole thing, particularly about getting a degree. And sure, it's important and everything, but boy, if you want to earn some income and you want to get a good middle class life, that's not really as good a ticket as it used to be. And what's coming in now is skills, having people with skills. Now look what's going on here. And they're hiring people together. In other words, Oregon, what they're doing is paying like $3,800 a month to get a $100,000 job or a $90,000. I mean, that's what a fireman earns, but they don't have the skills, and you can't, it's not getting a degree, it's getting the skills. So they're training you at like $40,000 or $50,000 a year to get a $90,000 a job. So that's a lot better than paying at a university $50,000 a year and maybe getting a $100,000 a year job, right? And that's what's going on all over, and it's not just there. I mean, it's everywhere. Look at, here's a Electronic Alliance Company. What they're doing is a nonprofit organization that trains people in electronics, and everything is electronics these days, right? So these are jumping, and what's going on, and this is all for non-college education. You don't need a degree for any of these things. So what they're doing is, these are jobs making up to $96,000 a year, but there's training involved. Now what they do is they pay for the training, debt-free education, and the training is like $40,000, again, that you're making while you're training for a $90,000 or $100,000 job. And that's all over the country. It's not just in one area. Here's another, what Michigan is doing. They're having, certificate programs for free, or at junior colleges. At junior colleges now, you could get not only a degree, a 2-year degree, but you get a certificate in a skill that you could earn money really quickly. So they're giving free tuition and living expenses, and that's 3 years worth for people that do that. See, this is where the the alternate economy takes place. And we have Google is a normal economy, and that's capitalism, right? And now we have another economy that is really like a community economy, where people are helping people improve their lives, and they do that through nonprofit organizations and through government programs. Okay, so that's what this is, and that's about a third of everything. So here's Michigan doing that to help people improve their lives, and they don't charge money; they give money. Or here, now if you're a senior, every state in the country has programs where either seniors could go back to school for free or as little as $2.50 a course. Man, you can become a doctor. And that starts usually about 60 years of age. So at 60, you're probably going to live to 90. So you can start a whole new career, right? And get this training all for free. And that's at every state of the union. Okay, here's something very interesting to me. Remember, you have to go, all those good jobs, college degree required. Oh, we're going to pay all this money, but college degree required. Now, that's changed. Now, look, you go and Google like I did. Degree not required. Okay, the headlines. These are headlines just in the last few weeks. And when you Google something like this, you put news. You don't want to read all, because all is somebody trying to sell you some shit. You put news, then you get headlines of real journalism, not fake news. Okay, CBS says more U.S. companies no longer require job seekers to have a college degree. That's right. At the end of college degrees as we know it, exploring new trends and employment criteria. 25 of the best jobs don't require a college degree. How do you like that? More employers now say they are willing to hire workers without a degree. Here's another. Nearly half of the companies say they plan to eliminate bachelor degree requirements in 2024. Goodbye, here's another. Goodbye degree requirements. Biden administration pushes skills-based economy for hiring new talent. Why dropping college degree requirements isn't actually working. Nobody's doing it, realizing you don't need it. More employers are cutting four-year college degree job requirements, but Minnesota, latest state to drop college degree requirements for many jobs. Maryland just did that. I mean, hundreds of thousands of jobs that required a college degree yesterday don't require the college degree today. Okay. Now, here's another thing: certification programs. Now, you could get trained for free. A lot of these cost money, but they're grants and nonprofit organizations and everything that pay to get these certifications. Now, what's interesting is here's the top 20 certification programs for careers that pay well. These are decent paying careers. Like here, programmer. That's right. You don't need a degree for programming, and and you get the skill. Probably a year, and then you get a job for. The average job is $97,000. A CDL. That's a truck driver. We need truck drivers, man, all over, and that's average now $50,000. Groundskeeper, vocational nurses, $54,000. And all these are training programs, or most likely train. It depends on where you live, but there's a lot of training money for you to train for all these, even by the companies that are hiring. What they do is they pay for training. And look at here, in our last live, I do live every day with our Let's Go Help people, our members there. And here, I was talking about this topic here. And one of our members said, yeah, Matt, you're right again, on the head with the unlearning. See, that's what you have to unlearn stuff. That's what I figured. About 81, I unlearned a lot. Every IT person I've hired in my teams who had a degree had to unlearn how to get a college grade and drive into the actual field of work. Learning how to study is different than learning how to work. And so they waste a lot of time. All college gives them was familiarity with the terms and a huge debt. And he says, my honest assessment is when working ransomware, now he's in a high-tech field, he said, we hire 0 degree holders for any of the 3 teams, and they are virtually no skills. Okay, so they're training on the job. So you're getting trained to learn this stuff, not having to go to school and pay $100,000. So how do you find all these training programs that give you a big career? First place is you go to careeronestop.org. Careeronestop.org. You put in your zip code, and this is the major source in every county about these programs. Now, again, they don't know everything, but it's good. You got to touch all the bases, and this is the main one to touch, and the first one, and see what they have, because a lot of the federal programs start from here, but not all of them. But it's a good place. But make an appointment. You just can't read the website and think, oh, I know what that is, and I'll get that money. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to call, talk to people. Okay, the next one is go to your local community college. And at Career One Stop, you could find your community college in there. So go to the same website, put in your zip code, and then make an appointment with a counselor. Let them know what you're trying to do and see all the programs. See, they're getting grants too from the government to train people, because that's what we have in this country is the community college system. A lot is training people for these skills. So you want to be a chef or a EV, electric vehicle mechanic, you could get trained for that skill and get paid and make a higher salary. Okay, so that's the other place is something called Find Help. I call this all the time. So if you've seen me before, I probably said it. If you go there and put in your zip code and then put in job training, and that's what I just did for where I live. And look at this, 344 nonprofit organizations and government offices that give job training for free. Do you hear that? 344 organizations that give job training for free. If you have a job, you hate it, man, you gotta know about this. If you don't have a job and don't know what the hell to do, you gotta go to this. Findhelp.org, put in your zip code and put in job training. Now, again, they're not going to pop out of the sky or out of your computer screen and give you a hand of cash. No, you got to call them. You got to talk to them. Say, hey, I'm screwed. I'm not going anywhere. I wonder if you could help me. And they may be able to, maybe not. And if they're not, say, hey, do you know if someone else could help me? That's how you do good research. You follow a lead, and that leads to another lead, and then lead. And that's what we do at letsgohelp.com. So let us help you if you can. We give personal help one-on-one to apply to every government program you're eligible for. And we also have our own programs, our own grants. We give out over $75,000 every single month. And our next program we give out is $20,000 to people to help them pay rent. That's members. So if you're a member, you could apply for this money. You get $500 to help you pay rent. And then if you don't get this one, try it next month. $70,000 every month. I can't believe I'm doing it. But it feels real good. My heart has grown so much since doing this in the last couple of years or so. And I can't wait to get up tomorrow morning and see who I could help tomorrow.